Imagine living in such a way where you're not worrying about anything. Just moment by moment, you're living by faith and you are just walking the Christian life with God. Those thoughts that are going through your mind all the time about whether it's worries about finances or what's happening at work or people in your life or your children or church activities or anything like that, this constant worry in the background about all of these things. Imagine just coming to a place where you just completely hand those over to God. You take the appropriate steps that you need to take when you need to take them, but moment to moment you just hand them over to God and recognize that your worrying can't do anything. And the Bible says, who of you by worrying could add a single cubit to his stature? Who of you by worrying could change the color of a single hair on your head? Often we worry about things that we can't change. The worrying isn't going to do anything. It's not going to improve anything. It's just going to stress us out. Imagine just handing it all over to God. And in each moment, we're living from such a place of peace and rest. Even though there are these decisions to be made, even though there are these things that are happening, we are just resting in Him. It reminds me of Jesus in the storm. He's asleep on the boat. The storm is raging all around, and maybe in your life there are things that are raging all around, decisions and worries and cares and all of these things, and they're significant things too. They're important things. But imagine Jesus asleep in the boat, and imagine just finding that rest in Him, the rest of Christ, as these things are raging and as they're going on, and knowing that the one who is in control of the storms, the one who is in control of the universe, is in control of your circumstances. And you can let go of your own understanding, you can let go of your own need to try to control things. Hand it over to God and say, God, you're in control, and I am resting in you. And you can live moment to moment with a peace and a joy and a rest despite those things that are going on around you. Isn't that amazing? Doesn't that get you excited to think of living from that place? And you might be thinking that this sounds impossible, but we need to recognize that we serve the God of the impossible, and He invites us into this place of trust. He invites us into this place where we are going to rest in Him moment by moment. And this is supposed to be the natural, the normal Christian life. And the way that it's going to be accomplished is by getting a greater revelation of God. When we see God clearer, then everything changes. It's not about trying to work up a faith or trying to figure things out or just trying harder. All of these things. It's just about seeing Him clearer. And then when we see Him clearer, our worries will just, they'll just decrease. Because our vision of Him, our concept of Him will increase. And we will know that because of who He is, everything is okay. And He will guide our steps. He will answer our prayers as we live by faith. So what are you holding on to today? What are the things that are stressing you out? What are the things that you're thinking about constantly in the background? Isn't it time today that you come before God and you say, Lord Father, I've been holding on to these things for too long. I'll let them go to you, Lord Father. And you know what? If you take them back, if you pick them up again and take them back, just hand them back over to Him again. Don't feel condemned. Just continue to come before Him and release it over to Him. And He'll teach you how to live this way, how to live this life of faith, trusting Him moment by moment and living with a peace and a joy despite the difficulties that are going on around you. God bless you, friends.